Hi, Room 21 Rockstar families, and welcome to our weekly VODCAST on this absolutely frigid weekend. I hope that everyone's been staying safe and warm. It has been so windy, I cannot believe it. And it looks like we're going to get some snow coming up here in the next day or so. So once again, we're going to have to be flexible with that schedule, but I have a ton of different announcements to get off to you, and then some excellent strategies, especially if we get snowed in. So, first of all, I'd like to congratulate this week's Rockstar of the Week, Austin Yance. Austin has been incredible when he's coming up in front of the classroom teaching, when he is greeting individuals at our classroom doorway and in other adults throughout the building. His confidence has increased tenfold. Just so incredibly proud of Austin and the amazing work that he's been doing with the Barrett Academy Constitution. So that is why he was named this week's Rockstar of the Week. Congratulations goes to Austin. So, we have a ton of stuff coming up, guys. First of all, tomorrow we do not have school as it is a President's Day holiday. And then, coming up on Saturday, we have the Holocaust trip planned. Now, on Friday in the Friday folder, I placed that letter in there indicating, whether your child's permission slip was signed and returned, and whether the $20 fee was brought in. If you still have to bring in that $20, $14 going to the all-day pass at the Metro, and the other $6 going towards a part of their meal at the Hard Rock Cafe, just try to get that to me by Friday. If you're writing out a check, just put it in my name, as I'll be working with all of the money to make sure that we can get to all those places. Later in the week, I'll be sending out a reminder of different things that your child should wear and bring for the trip on Saturday. It's going to be pretty chilly. Looks like around 40. So they definitely need to wear a jacket, and I'm asking that they wear their Room 21 Rockstar t-shirt if they can. In terms of bringing anything, they do not need to bring any money. All of that is covered after the $20 fee. If they decide to bring a camera, that's their own responsibility. But other than that, just themselves. It's going to be an excellent day. Just a quick reminder, drop them off at 8:30 in the morning at Barrett. We'll have breakfast in the lobby of Barrett Elementary, and then we'll be heading right up to the Springfield-Franconia Metro station, jumping on the Metro and heading to the Holocaust Museum, and then the Hard Rock Cafe, and then we're going to do a quick tour of a few of the monuments. I'm hoping to get to the White House, the Lincoln Memorial, and the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial within that time period. Pickup is at 6 p.m. at Barrett. If you have any other questions, please let me know, guys. I am so incredibly excited for the trip. I hope that your rock star is as well. And just, once again, I'll be sending home an information form later in the week about things that your child should bring and a couple of other reminders. Next Wednesday, we have an early out day, and then next Thursday, February 26th, is our next Barrett Academy Family Night. It's from 6 to 7:30 p.m., and it is all about the house spirit. So we're asking that you come out in your child's house colors. If you have two kids in the academy and you got to split allegiances, totally understand that. But we're going to show you all about what the houses are like. You're going to be able to experience an academy time. Your scholars are going to introduce you into their house. They're going to show you some chants that they have. We're going to have a live photo booth there that you can take a ton of cool photos with your family. So make sure you bring a device that you can take pictures of there. It's just going to be an amazing night. And on top of that, we're going to have a potluck. So we're asking that you just bring your favorite dish, or it could even be a bag of chips just to share for dinner. Already, we have a ton of things coming in, so choose whatever your favorite thing is, and it'll all work out. If you're willing to donate something extra, there is that Sign Up Genius list on our Class Fusion page and on the flyer that went home. We're looking for the plates and cups and drinks, and also if you're willing to help set up or clean up the potluck side of the night, that sign up is also available on Sign Up Genius. That would be an incredible help. But we are down to the wire with that. We're down to, I think, 11 days. 11 days until our family night on February 26th, so I'm hoping to see you all there. It's going to be an amazing night, and the scholars have been preparing for it as well during academy time. And I think, if I look over all of my notes, that is all I have in terms of announcements, guys. Now I'm going to send you over to the strategy session with Mr. Riker, or with me, and then I will come back and wrap up the VODCAST for the week. We'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, scholars, I'm starting you over on YouTube today. I thought you guys would really appreciate this song on quadrilaterals. It's to the tune of Radioactive by Imagine Dragons, so it kind of ties in all that vocabulary that we talked about with the dichotomous key on Friday. So check it out, and then I'll bring you back over for some chances to get some house points.
I got four sides and they all meet. My angles add up to 316. I have so many identities. Whoa. Parallelogram has two pairs of parallel and equal lines. A rectangle is one with the right angles on the inside. A square is one special case with all the sides being the same length. And we are all quadrilaterals. Classifying. We are made up for sides. 360 on the inside. A rhombus is like a square, with the square swaying to this beat. A trapezoid only has one pair of parallel lines that never meet. They're so different, but they share a common polygonal family. They are both quadrilaterals. Classifying. We are made up for sides. 360 on the inside.
So I thought that song was kind of cool, guys, to kind of wrap up the quadrilaterals that we've been talking about, that we started talking about on Friday with that dichotomous key. So, under the class news section this week, and I know this might be overwhelming at first, but I have found a ton of different resources for you guys to kind of think of. Now, the first area where I would start is with that dichotomous key. Okay, so there's a couple of areas, if you're still kind of shaky with quadrilaterals, different things like that, where you can check out before you start to practice. First of all is this video called Virtual Nerd and the Quick Study Guide. Both of these are very, very good about explaining the quadrilaterals that we talked about in class. I really like Virtual Nerd because this woman who explains all the quadrilaterals does a really nice job of talking about each of the types of polygons that we were looking at on Friday. So you may want to check that out. I thought it was a really great site, guys, in case you're still shaky on that. And then the quick study guide is also good too, because it kind of explains, and you go down the study guide and you can try for yourself, and then they talk to you about the properties and the attributes, and they kind of break it down per each type of quadrilateral that we were talking about. So those first two sites, guys, obviously no house points involved with those, but that's just a good study tool, the first two sites that I placed there, in case you still need a little bit more help or a little bit more of a push. Now, the next two sites are both IXL. I will give you one house point for each of the problems that you complete here. And these are simply quadrilateral sorts. So the first one is not as challenging as the second. The first one's going to be more picture-based. And I think we need to start there. So I would really encourage you to start there, guys, because I think that's a good place to begin. And all that you do here is you simply click every single word that describes a shape in front of you. So we look at that and we know it's a rectangle. Now, what else could it be, though? Well, a parallelogram only has to have two sides, two pairs of parallel sides. Yes, it does. Is it a quadrilateral, four-sided figure? Yes. A rhombus, does it have four sides of equal length? No. Okay, so those three would go there. And then once again, so these ones, all I want you to do here is draw the figure, tell me what your answer was, you can get a house point each. The second IXL site is a little more detailed in that it's not really giving you the pictures, okay? It was made for 6th graders who are studying quadrilaterals. And then, here's a worksheet, which is just up here. Once again, I think the value in this worksheet, guys, is the fact that it works on these symbols that we've been working on in class, especially since we've been working with the triangles. Okay, so obviously these arrows we talked about on Friday mean parallel. Okay, and we know that when they match one another, that means they're, you know, the opposite sides are parallel. So practice identifying these. If you draw them, once again, you can get 1 house point for each of those. I thought that was another good site to strengthen your identification of quadrilaterals. And then finally, there are 2 games, Quadrilateral Sort and this one right here. I thought this one was really cool. Watch how it goes. It's going to give, first of all, it kind of gives you the definitions, and then it's going to say click the quadrilateral. So it's starting out pretty basic. Any 4-sided figures you have to click. But then, so there are quadrilaterals. Then it's going to take it up a notch, okay? So then the next round, only click the squares. Once again, it's strengthening that use of vocab. Whenever we play Claim Your Shape in class this week, guys, you have to have that vocab solidly down. So these are all good sources of practice to work on that. So, ton of house points available here. And I'm telling you right now, the secret code is hashtag find a quadrilateral in real life. And now the video that Mr. Reichert is about to show up in is going to make a little more sense for that. You can get yourself 5 house points for that. Hashtag find a quadrilateral in real life. Okay, guys, now I'm going to show you a little bit for the other subjects. But before I do that, you know, if you still feel like you need the Scholar's Loop triangles or you still need a little bit of work with that, I left all of the quadrilateral links up on our Class Fusion page, guys, which, you know, in my opinion, they're all excellent sources to use. So you can still get your house points for that if you want to clean up your work with quadrilaterals. Okay, Room 21 Rockstars, so I am here to prove to you that quadrilaterals are everywhere in life. And I actually have a house challenge for you this week. Same as last week, you can find quadrilaterals and or triangles in your home. Bring them in for a couple house points. I'll probably give you 1 for each picture that you have, or you could draw them yourself if you are quite the artist. Now, if you look at this door right here, I have a quadrilateral. As we can see, it has 4 sides. Now I go down more specifically, it's a parallelogram because it has 2 sets of parallel sides. It is a rectangle because it has 4 right angles. But it is not a square because it does not have 4 equal sides. If you also look down here at the flooring, I have a bunch of rectangles as well, as you can see here, because once again I have 4 sides, 2 sets of parallel sides, and the 4 right angles. Now, let me take you around to another area, to the doorway. Once again, I have a rectangle sitting right here because I have all of those characteristics. Once again, quadrilaterals are everywhere in life. And I have an even cooler one. Let me show you an example of a trapezoid, which would be right here. I have 1 set of parallel sides, but unfortunately these 2 sides are not parallel. So that is my challenge for the week, Room 21 Rockstars. Now I'm going to send you back over for some more math strategies. One final thing I want to show you guys in math is, what I have done is I have put your logins for 10 marks under the document section right here. Okay, so you can go on, get your login, not each other's. Okay, just stick to your account. And then you can log into 10 marks. And the cool thing, remember, 10 marks you can get to under the links section. 10 marks. And then the website. There's a really cool part under 10 marks, guys, where it shows you if you're mastering different parts of your math facts. You know, so if you still want to improve those math facts, if it's still your goal to get to that 64 out of 64 in 2 minutes, get on to 10 marks and do a little bit of practice there. Okay? I can see if you logged on. If you logged on and spend a little bit of time there, I'll give you 5 house points. Now I'm going to send you over to the reading section. Let me see if I can just open it up here. Yes, okay. Okay, so one thing for the reading again this week, guys, we're continuing to work on cause and effect. So I kept under the class links section. If you have not yet done the cause and effect video, I think that would be excellent. Identify the cause and effect. Remember, the cause is why it happened, as stated here on the page, and the effect is what happened. And then finally, for writing, I found a really cool prompt this week. I think you guys can really work on your descriptive vocab if you kind of focus on this for the week. Tell this story, and I love the question down here that it states, will you tell this story from the perspective of the scuba diver, who's over here, or the whale shark, or a third-person perspective, maybe from the person sitting in front of the computer screen? So if you're neither of those characters, does the scuba diver get away? Does he live inside the whale shark for a while before finally escaping? I really want you to work on that strong hook, and in using that descriptive vocab, make your writing poetic. Really work on that sentence fluency. I think that will work there. You know, guys, I've been reading your Inside Out pieces on Google Docs, and I'm so incredibly proud of what you guys are accomplishing there. You know, you're really taking the feedback that we've talked about in class and incorporated that into your writing, which is, you know, a lot of work, and it's a lot of effective effort, but you guys are really stepping up to the challenge there, so I'm really proud of you. Okay, and remember, the Grammarys are coming up in April 2015, so, you know, even a piece as simple as the writing fix of the week could be something where you could enter that into our weekly or into your portfolio for the Grammarys. That is all I have for this week for your strategies, guys. Now I'm going to send you back over to Mr. Reichard. Okay, Room 21 Rockstars, that is our VODCAST for the week. I hope those strategies were successful, especially if we get snowed in this week. You will have plenty of practice to practice those quadrilaterals and angles and triangles and working with some reading, cause and effect, and that writing picture of the week. I absolutely loved it. Pretty cool, so I hope you give that a shot as well. Remember, guys, you can always follow our class at Reichard Rock. I'll definitely be tweeting during our trip on Saturday to keep you updated about what we are up to in Washington, D.C. You can always check out our class YouTube page, Mr. Reichard's Rockstars. Our class Fusion page is always updated with a ton of different strategies and important information. I'm hoping to see you guys all at the family night coming up on February 26th. I cannot wait for this weekend when we head up to Washington, D.C. As always, you are the best families in Stafford County. See you then.
I do my best to find some kind of glow. I'm giving